Bone Allen Sports.
So I get on the internet just a while ago. I get in an argument, not an argument, but just a discussion with someone about LeBron and Kobe. We were sitting there talking back and forth, and he was talking about LeBron and everything, and I was saying how Kobe still has 5 rings. Anyway, the point is that we were having a back and forth, and then right when we were talking, my friend Kevin posts from TMZ that Kobe Bryant's been killed in a helicopter crash, and I was like, is this... People are troll so much, and I just thought it was a joke. And it came from TMZ. I mean, who's going to believe TMZ? You know? I wasn't even a Lakers fan. I was actually a Kobe Bryant fan. So if he had been traded at any point in his career, I would have followed. So I didn't have any loyalty to a team. As you guys well know, with teams and stuff, we didn't have any kind of sports team where I grew up. So we just picked random superstars that we liked and people that we followed. And me and Kobe are about the same age. I mean, he's a little older than me, but I remember following him all the way from when I got out of high school and being a fan of his. So he went to if he had never been traded from the Hornets, I would have been rooting for the Charlotte Hornets. So I really liked him. I know that the majority of my subscribers probably know by now that Kobe is my favorite basketball player of all time. So in basketball terms, this is like Brady. In hockey terms, like Mario Lemieux. People often joke around and laugh at people who are upset by when celebrities, pass away, and they say, well, why do you care? They never knew you. And I dealt with some of that when David Bowie died. David Bowie has been my musical idol for a long time. And when someone told me he had died, I was just like, and he was older, so it's not like it was that big of a shock, I guess, but it still sucked. Finding out Michael Jackson had died and Prince had died, and it was just like, what the hell? At 50, that's weird. But here's my rebuttal to people who think that way. It depends on the person. So if you follow that person, okay, if you follow their career. So, for example, with my situation, I watch every Kobe Bryant interview. I have his shoes. I've worn them in my music videos before. If you ever see me in my music videos, see the white and gold. Those are Kobe's shoes. I follow his interviews and I listen to what he says. And I don't even play basketball. But what you listen to is his work ethic, the way he thinks, his mindset. Now, I told you guys once, I said there was a lot of value that you can get out of Brady and Belichick by listening or watching what they do and their just the way they go about things, okay? Well, Kobe was like that. If Kobe was a football player, Kobe would be Brady, and in my opinion. I mean, as far as like he'd actually be a mixture between Peyton and Brady because of the way he studies the game, the way he's like psychotic about competing and always wanting to win, the way he gave up everything just to be the best, and all he cared about was rings. All he cared about was winning. That was it. That matters to me. I like dominance. I like someone who wants to just absolutely take your soul from you while competing, and that is Kobe right there. So when you follow Kobe like I have, every year I'm always watching interviews by him constantly. Learning stuff. There's a lot I've learned from what he says. A way of thinking, the way they call it the mamba mentality. That's not for basketball, guys. I mean, it is for basketball, but it's for how you are as a person. That's what that is. And when I follow someone for 20 years, watching every interview, watching everything they say, listening what they say, rooting for them every time they're on the court, buying their apparel, all those things, that's like a friend, as far as like not a friend in the sense of they knowing each other, but the feeling of what happens to them. Like we're all speculate. Look at all of us, okay? Where's Brady going to go? Are they going to treat Brady right? We all care what's going to happen to Tom Brady. We all care about where he's going to go and where he's going to get traded to, and if he's going to be treated fairly and if he's respected enough. I mean, I created a whole channel built around defending Tom Brady, a guy I've never met, a guy I probably will never get to meet, probably doesn't even know I exist, but we do that, and we all do that. And with the Kobe thing, it feels like a friend dying because you've watched them. It's a one-sided relationship, I guess, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still that shock. And I came on this late already. It took me half an hour to come on because I kept waiting to see if he wasn't on the helicopter. I was hoping that it was a mistake. I was hoping that maybe TMZ was just running with the news by saying, hey, that's Kobe's helicopter, but we really don't know if Kobe's on it, so we'll take a guess. And if he's not on it, then we'll retract it. But if he's on it, then we got breaking news. And I thought they were kind of doing that. So I was kind of being stubborn and just kind of waiting and hoping that, you know, he's not on it. But he was. It's just, fuck, this sucks. This sucks. Do you guys understand that he's not even going to be able to accept his Hall of Fame? Do you understand that? 41. 41. He is 2 years older than me. Okay? And I've got my whole life ahead of me. I mean, I still feel like I was when I was 20. I mean, I feel great, you know? And he was like that, but with all that sacrifice, all the work he put in, you have no idea. If you don't know who Kobe was, this was a guy who worked harder. Every basketball player will say that. They say he's almost crazy. He's almost like nuts. He put all of those years in to make the money, to get the championships, to set up his family. And now he's only 41, getting to enjoy it, getting to travel, getting to work with his daughter and everything, and work on his daughter's basketball stuff. And there was some news about how he coached that little girl's team. So you could see that he was kind of carrying on his legacy and through them. And he was still giving great interviews, inspirational interviews and all this. And it didn't matter that he wasn't playing anymore. He was still part of it. This sucks. This sucks. This just flat out sucks. I want to know what happened. I need to know what happened with the helicopter pilot. What went wrong? I need to know what happened. I want to know what happened. Does anybody know why this happened? Was it a malfunction? Was the pilot drunk? Was it not anyone's fault? It just was a problem. Just like, what would make a helicopter go down like that? Just all the way, just. But as far as him on a personal note, the very first thing I thought, all those kids, you know, he's been very active in their development. That's what he wanted. You know, he wanted to be a part of it because in basketball, he missed a lot because it's a lot of traveling. He just had another baby. Damn, his life was set up. I mean, I'm not saying that his life is better than anybody else's just because he's rich. That's not what I mean. But he worked for that. He worked for that. He worked to have all that money, all those nice things, and he put the work in. And now it was time to lay back and enjoy it. Like, look what I've done. Look what I've accomplished. I want to know, did the helicopter guy, the pilot say, listen, we can't fly today. It's not going to work. And someone said, go ahead and do it. It's okay. Or did the helicopter pilot just say, fuck it, we're going to go. And that's it. That's it. And I could get through this. And then whatever happens. I mean, there's just so many. And I'm not going to start trashing the pilot or anything like that because we have no idea. I mean, there's things that could have happened that no pilot in the world could have stopped or prevented. So we just don't know. Every time Kobe had the ball, I loved yelling, Kobe! So when he'd get the ball, Kobe! I'm talking about at the TV, like not even at the game. You know, I lived in Phoenix for a while, and I remember the playoffs, the big battles between the Phoenix Suns and the Lakers. And I remember one time Raja Bell clotheslined Kobe. And Kobe got up and he was like that, you know, like, okay, fine, you know. It turned out Raja Bell did that because they thought that was the only way they could stop him. The only way he could stop him is by clotheslining him. So taking that illegal play, taking the foul, taking the fine, whatever it may be, that is how that's what they had to do. But guess what? In Kobe fashion, he was relentless, kept going, kept coming back, and then eventually we know what happened. He eventually got what he wanted, which was titles, you know, on his own without Shaquille O'Neal, which is understandable and admirable. I understand. I mean, everyone's always saying Shaquille, oh, you know, Shaquille handed those rings to Kobe. That is complete and utter bullshit. No, it's not true. It's just not true. If that was true, then how come how come Shaq never got a championship before? The only other championship he got was with Dwayne Wade, a prime Dwayne Wade. So I'm not trying to belittle Shaq here or anything, but I'm just saying though that it's a defense only to say that Shaq did not hand Kobe shit, okay? And if you want to say that Kobe won 2 with Pau Gasol, that's not the same thing as teaming up with Dwayne Wade, all right? So Kobe proved it. He proved, and I want to know which legends didn't have a teammate who was awesome, or was going to be, who was an all-star, or maybe a future Hall of Famer or whatever. They all had them. Jordan had Pippen, of course, but the disrespect against Kobe with concerning the whole Shaq thing was just, you know. And yeah, I know Kobe was immature sometimes back then when he was young, and but the media didn't help, and Phil Jackson didn't help. Phil was a player's coach. We all know that, and it worked for him most of the time. Apparently, 11 championships. But also, he had his favorites, and he'd pick sides. He saw that Kobe was a worker. He saw that Shaq was lazy. Shaq eating 10 Big Macs a day or wherever the hell it was. Not working out. Not taking the game seriously. So maybe Phil gravitated towards Kobe more. And then that fed Kobe's ego. And then the media takes that. I was hoping that Kobe was going to get an ownership stake in something. Maybe, I didn't care which team, because like I said, I'm not necessarily a Lakers fan. I was just a Kobe fan, so whatever team it is, I have no loyalty to any basketball team. But if I'm turning on the TV and I see the Phoenix Suns, I might go for them. If I turn on TV and see the Boston Celtics, I'll go for them, because that's my dad's favorite team. My dad loves the Boston Celtics. And I remember when Boston was playing the Lakers, you guys remember the first finals in 2008? And that was a battle, man. That was crazy. But my sister and my father had come visit me, and they were there for 2 weeks. So we got to watch the whole series together. Like every game we got together. I remember me and my sister were going for the Lakers because we loved Kobe. My sister liked Kobe like me. And my dad was going for the Celtics. So that was fun, that was the going back and forth. And every time Kobe hit a shot, I would look at Dad and I'd be like, oh, or whatever. And Dad, he's not much of a trash talker, but when Garnett would land a dunk right in someone's face or whatever, Dad would just be like, that was his way of trash talking. But Kobe got him back. He got him back 2 years later. And man, that's a great victory. That's a great victory, because that Celtics team, that big three that the Celtics had, phenomenal team. I was expecting when that Celtics team got together, I was expecting them to go on a dynastic type run. That was a great team that he defeated, and what I admire most is that he lost to them, and then he came back and he beat them, and that should be admirable. Even Celtics fans should be able to appreciate that, because we've been in that position as Patriots fans. We've been in that situation where something happens and we're like, okay, give us another chance, and then boom, so. And I'll see y'all soon, okay?
Von Allen Sports.